last class we saw that Sri Ram, he got married to Mother Sita, right? Okay, that much everybody remembers, I think. Okay.
Yes.
So now they are living very happily together. All the four brothers are married. They are living happily in the palace. Okay, and Ayodhya is compared to heavens because there is no sorrow, there is no distress, there is no misery in Ayodhya, right? And now Dashrath, as a father, is feeling that he has done most of his duty as a father, got his children, got his sons married. Now the only duty that Dashrath feels is left is that he wants to now make Ram as the Prince Regent. Okay, so he can feel that he's aging. What are the signs of aging? When our hair turns grey. So he noticed that his hair is turning grey.
Beard is white.
Yeah. So these are early. Dashrath was aging, so he could notice all these changes in himself, right? And before he becomes really old, he wanted to establish Ram on the throne, right? But leaders, he was a very prominent leader, right? Because he was basically taking care of the entire Bharatvarsh, right? So he was a very prominent leader, and a true leader will always take decision together. He will not just make a decision on his own. Okay, my eldest son is Ram, let me crown him as the prince, right? He will take the decision together with his ministers, with his Brahmins, and all the leaders in the assembly. So what he did was he called upon all of them in the assembly, right? All the leaders of Ayodhya were present in the assembly, and Dashrath invited all of them for this special assembly where he's going to, he's going to put the plan forward in front of the leaders, and then he wants to listen to their decision. He just doesn't want to impose anything. So he calls this assembly and all the leaders and all his priest, the Vashishta is the priest of Dashrath who gives him advice for every political, decision that he has to make in the kingdom. So all the prominent leaders are present, and he gives this proposal that this is what I want, that I want Ram to become the Prince Regent. He should be now taking the responsibility of the throne, and Ram and Lakshman both were assisting Dashrath anyways in the royal affairs, so they were fully equipped and everybody knew about that. But still, the entire concession of everyone is required to make such a big decision, okay, for the entire kingdom. And we have to remember, this is not just a small state in India, it is the entire world that Dashrath is the king of. So it's a very important decision. So with abated breath, he is asking everybody that, this is what I plan, now what is your decision? So there was a moment's silence in the assembly. Nobody replied. And then they said, Ichha ma Mahabahum Raghuviram. Ichha ma means we desire. Mahabahum means what? Mighty armed. Raghuviram means Ram.
Ichha means what?
Ichha ma means we desire. Mahabahum Raghuviram. So we desire that Ram should become our king. Okay. So, and they were very happy, and for a moment Dashrath felt, a little down. He felt, oh my God, they desire Ram so much. Was I not ruling well? Was I not doing the right thing? For a moment he was feeling a little, because the way they said it with so much of uproar, that Dashrath felt, okay, maybe I wasn't doing the right thing, and now they're very happy that Ram is going to replace me. So Dashrath wanted to make it very clear. He wanted to ask the the leaders present that why do you want Ram to take the throne? You know, you should have valid reasons. Just because he's my son and he's the eldest doesn't mean that he should be crowned. There should be valid reasons. He should be eligible for the post, right? So they actually came up with very good reasons that why Ram should become the king, the next king, right, after Dashrath. So one of the qualities, so they all started describing Ram's qualities, and one of the qualities that they said was about Ram. Can you think of some qualities that you think about Ram? Humble is one. Anything else?
Knowledgeable.
Yes, he's very knowledgeable. Righteous. Kind. Yes. Yes, he's kind. Okay.
Fighter.
Yeah, he's a fighter, and he has a lot of talents,
Ability.
isn't it?
Ability.
He has a lot of ability. Has a lot of talent. He's multi-talented, right?
Yeah.
He has all the talents. He's master of all. Yeah, because he's the Lord of the universe. So he has so much talent. But is it raw talent? Just talent?
Perfected talent.
Yeah, he knows how to apply his talent. Like, what is the first talent that comes in your mind, which Ram has as a Kshatriya? Yeah, so he's very good with
Fighting.
martial arts, right? So, but then does he just shoot his arrow whenever he wants to show off?
No.
He shoots his arrow with a purpose. Why does he shoot his arrow? Why does he ever fight?
To save
We just said that shloka right now. What was that shloka?
Emma.
To annihilate the evil and to save the weak. We just did no paritranaya sadhuna. Yeah. So they were trying to glorify Ram and say that, you know, he just does not showcase his power or his talents, but he actually applies it in the right direction. So if he will ever shoot an arrow also, then also it will have a purpose. We know from Dashrath Maharaj's story that, you know, he had this special talent of just by hearing, he could feel that there is something and he could hit the target in the right direction, right? But what happened to him at the end? He met with a curse because he killed a person, right, in the process. So Ram is not like that. Ram does not showcase his talent, but he has a purpose to showcasing anything, and that also not showcasing. He exhibits it for a purpose, right? So, and then you know, they went on, and they were saying that, you know, he has a very beautiful voice also, right? When he sings with a melody. But that singing is not just to impress you, but it inspires hope in the heart of the listener. Like, suppose if somebody is singing and you feel inspired, you have hope for your life, that what is the goal of your life, what you should do. You know, so he inspires people with his singing also. And he has very nice speech. When he talks very nicely. He's not rude. You know, with his parents or with his teachers, he has a very nice way of speaking, very polite way of speaking, giving respect to everyone, but not expecting any respect in return, right? So, and then Maharaj Dashrath wanted to hear more. And then, you know, the sages said, all the sages and the Brahmins who were, you know, present, they said he has a very nice way of communicating with others. And we have to understand that talent is very important to come to the bridge of success. But can you cross that bridge of success just by talent? What do you think is required? You have talent, okay? You all are very, very smart. You have so many, you know, qualities. All that is important. Talent is important. You can speak well, you can behave well. But what is required to cross that bridge of talent in order to attain success.
Like Duryodhana had a very good talent of fighting, but still he lose the war because when he chose the Narayani Sena and not the Krishna, so that's why he didn't do the right use of his talent. So that's why he lost the war.
Yeah, so you are coming very close to the point.
You have to use your talent for a good purpose.
Good cause. Good cause. So your attitude should be right, right? This is what you meant. Duryodhan did not have the right attitude, right? He had a lot of talent, but his attitude was what? He would degrade his teachers. He would degrade his parents.
Self-centered.
Very self-centered,
You
right?
would say Krishna coward.
Yeah. So his speech was also not very nice to hear, right? So his attitude was not right in life, right? But Ram's attitude is also nice. So you get a bonus. You have talent, plus you're very humble also. You don't showcase your talent as if you're very, always puffed up with it, right? So your attitude towards life is also very good.
Manji, can I tell an example of Ram? Like I was seeing Ramayana yesterday. So Ramji killed Marij and her mother. I don't remember. Tarka. So his Guruji said, "Well done, you have killed them." So he was so humble. He said, "I have not killed them. It is your talent that you gave to me."
So look at his attitude. He's so humble, right? He doesn't take the ownership of the task that he's done. He's actually killed Taraka, right? But he's not taking ownership. Okay. So, and he's because another thing about attitude is that we should. He always starts a discussion. Suppose when we meet some elders, we should not wait for the elder to say Hare Krishna to us. We should be the ones to greet the elders, right? Our teachers, our parents, Matajis, or whoever we meet, we should be the first one to say Hare Krishna instead of waiting for them to greet us, right? So that we have to start beginning to do discussions, right? So he was very good at that. And he also had a very good quality which is called empathy. Empathy actually means, like, if suppose somebody is not feeling happy today, somebody is having some problems in life, so and she goes and talks about it to her friend, so her friend should feel empathy and should be with her at her sad moments of life. Or if she's very happy, then the friend should also feel happy in her happy circumstances. So that is called what? Para dukha dukhi, para sukha sukhi, isn't it? So we should not feel jealous of the person if the person is feeling very happy or feeling he's got something better marks than us, or he's doing well, and we should not even feel happy when the person is sad. So Ram used to actually go to the citizens' houses, and if they were very happy, if they were celebrating something, he would feel happier with them. He would be more happy than the family members for them. And if the citizens were not happy, suppose they had some sorrow in their life, somebody passed away, or there was some circumstances in which they were not feeling happy, Ram would just sit with them and listen to them. Most of the time what we do, we try to give solutions. If somebody is not happy or going through troubled times, we sit and we start giving our advice without being asked, right? But nobody wants our advice. Nobody wants solutions. Everybody wants a friend who can just lend a listening ear, right? So Ram was like that. He would always be with his friend or with the citizens in their trying times or in their happy times. So this kind of an attitude they were trying to describe. They were trying to mention to Dashrath Maharaj. Now,
But he was not the king at that time.
right now he's just a prince, right? He's going to be the king after some time.
After 40 years.
Ministers are mentioning this quality, but when he becomes a king, he won't be.
He did. He definitely used to disguise himself. when he became the king also, he used to disguise himself and go and see whether all his citizens are happy. He used to disguise at night and he used to go. Those days after becoming the king also,
Didn't he use spies like
no, he himself used to go. You can check.
in the end when he came back from Vanvas? There was a story because of why Sita Mata had to go with the
He used to go himself also. You can check. Okay. So, and as all of you mentioned, he was very humble. Yeah, very. He had a lot of tolerance, and he was very knowledgeable. And now, what is there? You know, so we spoke about two main qualities that we need to be successful. What are those?
Multi-talented.
Yeah.
and humble.
No, and
Multi-talent.
attitude and the right attitude.
attitude.
So, talent with the right attitude can make you successful. But you have to retain that success also, right? You can be successful and then you can fall down also. But you want to remain successful, right? You have to retain that success.
So we have to do Krishna Bhakti with the perfection, right attitude, and Krishna Bhakti.
Yeah. So you need character for that. What is character? Now Ram's life is actually like an open book. There's no duplicity. There is nothing like, you know, I think something but I say something. Most of us are like that, right? We have some ill feelings but we pretend and we say something else. And we try to make that person feel nice. And we portray a good picture of ourselves. But Ram is not like that. His character is very, very plain and very, you know, just, he's not a pretender. Okay? And he's very humble also. Right? So these are the three things that they explained to Dashrath, and Dashrath was like, wow, my son is so amazing. He really fits the role of a king. Right? So he is now totally convinced, and what does he say? So they all agree that he should become the next king. So Dashrath says, okay, I'm going to crown him the Prince Regent tomorrow itself. Okay, so the entire Ayodhya is now celebrating Ram's coronation. So, but you know what? What do you think a person who finds out that he's going to be coronated the king next day? What do you think what do you think he will do? Don't tell me what Ram did. Tell me what an ordinary person will do.
He will be happy and he'll then be too proud.
Yes, proud. He'll be happy, overjoyed. He'll show off.
Will he vote?
Voting has happened in the assembly, no? This is voting only.
No, लेकिन वो तो leaders के लिए था ना.
So leaders and all important people in the kingdom was there. He had called everybody. He didn't leave anyone
He will try.
except Bharat and Shatrughan, and yeah, because they were absent, they had gone to their grandfather's place, kingdom. So Bharat and Shatrughan wasn't there. Otherwise, every important person in the kingdom was present in this assembly. So voting has happened.
Mataji, so the other king would.
Women would never go. They would always abide by whatever rules would be there, right?
The ordinary kings would just, if they had brothers, small brothers, they would tease them or.
Yeah. So a common man will actually rejoice, right? He would spend time in feasting and merrymaking and have a party. This is what you said, right? Exactly. But you know what Ram did? He fasted with his wife. He called his wife, Mother Sita, and he said that tomorrow we are going to hold these posts of king and queen, and it's going to be a very responsible post. So we need to now prepare for it, and we need to sit for a fire sacrifice. And the whole night they fasted, they didn't eat or drink, and they prayed for the welfare of the
Did they drink water?
no, they didn't eat anything, neither did they drink anything, but they just fasted and they prayed for the welfare of the citizens of Ayodhya. Okay, so they prepared themselves for austerity, because a leader is not a person who shows off power. A leader is a person who takes responsibilities. Yes, he takes responsibilities and he has to go through a lot. It's not just that he's going to enjoy the kingdom, you know. Okay, so they were real leaders. So this is how Ram and Sita prepared themselves. Now, the entire Ayodhya also did not sleep that night because everybody was preparing for the next day celebration. So,
Preparing or celebrating?
they were preparing for the celebration next day. The whole night they were preparing, right? They had very little
Like
time.
flower decoration and all.
Yeah, flower decoration and many other arrangements. So Vashishta Muni was actually the leader and he was trying to prepare everything for the... No one slept, yeah, because they were all rejoicing. They were so happy. Sometimes when you're very very happy, then you can't sleep. Like on a sleepover, when you go to school sleepovers, or you go to each other's house, can you sleep? You barely sleep for an hour just to make for it, right? So now,
एग्जाम्पल दे दो खुशी का जैसे लाइक क्रिकेट में कोई छक्का चौका मारता है वो
हाँ।
बहुत खुश
हाँ।
होता है तभी
Hanji, yes. So now we are coming to our story. We are going to start our story now. The story is about Manthara, who is Kaikai. So there are three queens. Yeah, maid servant. So there are three queens of Dashrath. Actually, Dashrath.
Kausalya and Sumitra.
Yeah. So actually, Dashrath had 353 wives. Yeah. But these three were the prominent ones.
The main ones.
Yeah, the main ones. And
How many sons then?
so right now we will only talk about 4 sons. You can do your research and tell me next class. So, so now Kaikai is the youngest queen and she's the very favorite of King Dashrath, right? And her maid servant is this Manthara. So now Manthara, a little background about Manthara is that she was a hunchback, okay? Yeah, she was a hunchback.
Hunchback क्या होता है? Who walks with a teddy bear.
So now, so because of a hunchback, everybody used to make fun of her, right? So, so she obviously didn't like it. So she used to have a lot of grudge against a lot of people. So she was, grudge means lot of
Exactly.
enmity or whatever. She always used to have negative feelings for lot of people, right? And she always used to remain angry for some reason, always irritable and angry. So yeah, so now I have to go back to Kaikai's life. First, let me finish with Manthara, then I'll tell you why Kaikai had her as her maid servant. Okay. So we have little time. We won't be able to finish. So Manthara. Manthara was actually she came with Kaikai when Kaikai got married to King Dashrath, right? And but because Kaikai had risen up to this position of being the best wife of Dashrath. So even Manthara had risen to a high position, you know, because all the other servants were afraid of her because she was, after all, the maid servant of the best queen, right? So,
As in more. Maidest of all time.
yeah. So then now, and she had come with Kaikai when Kaikai got married.
So she was there with Kiki when she was a princess.
Yeah. So what happened was Kaikai didn't have a mother. Her mother left. So that is a different story. But Kaikai didn't have.
Left or passed away?
Yeah. So mother was not present. Mother was not present in Kaikai's life. So Manthara was the one who actually brought up Kaikai. So when Kaikai got married, Manthara came along with Kaikai. You know, came along with Kaikai to this Ayodhya. So now, so Manthara literally brought up Kaikai, literally brought her up in her childhood. So
She was like a mother figure. Why did the mother go?
yeah, that's a story, but we won't do that story. I know that story. Mother had some misunderstanding, so she left. Okay, we won't do that story because then we. She left the kingdom. She left the father and she left. She went. Okay. So
So basically, Manthara was like a mother figure for her.
Exactly. She was like a mother figure. So she had a lot of control over Kaikai. Okay. So, and she knew Kaikai's insecurities also very well, right?
Insecurity.
Insecurities means कि उसको क्या चीज़ से डर लगता है, उसको क्या चीज़ पसंद है, क्या नहीं पसंद है.
Insecurity is kind of places where you
Don't feel comfortable about
sorry.
something.
Yeah.
kind of some points which kind of if you tell somebody else, they might take it wrong.
माता जी लेकिन अगर मंत्रा मॉम फिगर है तो लाइक वो
What? मंत्रा क्या है?
लाइक जैसे मदर फिगर
हाँ,
है
हाँ.
तो फिर वो उनकी सर्वेंट पे क्यों थी?
Because उसका पोजीशन ही सर्वेंट का था ना. She had come, suppose Mataji is right, caretaker or nurse or whatever. Like if somebody comes, like when Chaitanya Priya was born, one, Didi had come to our house and she stayed for good 10 years till we were there. So it becomes like, almost like a person who can actually guide you or tell you or,
both had control on each other.
Mantra had control over Kaikai.
But if Mantra was a
सर्वेंट तो
servant, so
अरे she's a mother figure, she's not the literal mother. तुम्हें पता है तो माता जी को क्यों कंफ्यूज कर रहे हो? हम खुद ही कंफ्यूज हैं.
Yes, Mataji is right. So, as I said, Mantra used to always remain angry, for some reason because of her physical, this
Disability.
thing. She used to always remain angry. And does anybody remember in Bhagavad Gita what happens when we become angry? What does Krishna say?
We take wrong decision.
We take wrong decisions and
Without thinking about it.
we always tend to take revenge.
Hmm. So when we become angry, like most of us sometimes become angry, right? What happens? There's a delusion, right? We can't understand what is right, what is wrong, what to say, what not to say.
In anger, we just blurt out whatever.
Yeah. So our memory gets bewildered, right? We don't understand what are we saying. We blurt out things, right? As you said. So exactly like that, Mantra was getting angry with this decision of Dashrath Maharaj. And her memory was getting bewildered.
She wanted
And her
Bharat to be the king.
Yeah, and her intelligence was getting lost.
She didn't want Bharat to be the king, but she also didn't want Ram to be the king.
Yeah, so she's bewildered, right? She doesn't know what she wants, right? And so what happens in Bhagavad Gita? Krishna says we fall into the material pool. So this is exactly what's going to happen in the next episode. So now this Mantra goes and gives this news to Kaikai. And Kaikai was resting in her chambers, very happily sleeping off. So Mantra gets very angry looking at Kaikai. She says, the entire world knows, and this person whose life is going to get doomed in just one night is sleeping so peacefully. She wakes her up, she kind of shakes her up.
Get up.
3 days back there was an earthquake, right? Was anyone awake?
5:38. 5:38.
So, did anybody feel the shake? I felt it.
I felt.
Huh? So, literally more than that. How much was the epicenter?
4.5.
Yeah. So this.
Tell the thing what happened to you.
What happened?
Are
I don't remember.
the monkey thing?
Yeah, I felt there were monkeys jumping on the ceiling. I felt that. I didn't know that there was an earthquake. I got to know later. Yeah, so we thought the monkeys were jumping on it. And I thought that. Anyways, so she literally shook her up. She said, "You foolish woman, you are sleeping, and this whole your life is going to get doomed, and you are sleeping. Get up." So Kaikai was like, "What's wrong with you?
What's wrong?
Why are you so angry?" But she knew that Mantra used to be angry most of the time, so she's like, "Okay." So then Mantra said, what's going to happen tomorrow morning? What's going to happen tomorrow morning? So Kaikai said, what? What is going to happen? So she said, your husband, your beloved husband, whom you think is so close to you, is actually scheming against you. And he is trying to make Ram as the king of Ayodhya. So even then, you know, because Kaikeyi right now doesn't have any malice for Ram. Okay, so even now she's like, okay, so that's a very good news. She became so happy that she actually,
Even Kekai like
yeah, exactly, yeah, because Ram used to respect Kaikeyi more than his own mother, and Kaikeyi used to
Why?
love Ram
That's not good.
because they had so much love and affection
Oh.
towards each other. There was no enmity, okay, in the entire Ayodhya. Ayodhya is compared to heaven on earth, right? So they don't have these enmities against each other. Not yet. In another episode, she will become.
did.
Next, should we continue next,
Oh, sorry.
or we have some time?
Viva Sadak
Fine, we can start. So we'll continue. It's to be continued
In
next
part
season.
2.
Part two. Thank you so much for listening. Hare Krishna.
This means 2024 Ram Navami. We had the drama of the mantra only when Gopi Didi was the mantra, and then she broke many lamps and all there in the temple. हाँ जो नर्मदा जीवन प्रभु